we're going to get started because it's 8 and other people join and they join. Okay. Welcome to class. A few disclaimers before we start class. Number 1, I am one of those lucky people whose air conditioning went out right before the heat wave. So it's like a bazillion degrees in my room. So normally I close the windows and turn off the fans, but if you hear noises or my curtains blowing, it's because I just couldn't bear it. So the fans are on, the windows are open.
Oh my God, you poor thing.
The guy's coming tomorrow morning, so we've got one more night. It'll be okay.
Okay.
The next thing, this class, the times I've worked through it and tested on my own, it's a little bit, you end up a little off your mat here and there. It moves a little bit. So don't be concerned if you end up with a foot off your mat. Fine, you're going to be fine. And other than that, we're playing with some really fun transitions today. Stuff that I don't see that often. So it'll be good. Come to seated. We'll start with seated. You can be in Baddha Konasana with the soles of your feet together, or just Sukhasana, a comfortable seat. If you want to take half lotus, just take half lotus. But we're going to start in seated. Let your hands rest on your knees. Palms can be face down. If you need a grounding, calming presence, or palms up. If you're looking to receive some love and inspiration, you decide where you're at. And just let yourself settle in here. While you're settling, I'm going to get my mic plugged in. Mic is on and everything is plugged in, so if you can't hear me, wave at me now. Otherwise, just let yourself arrive here. Take some deep breaths. Let your thoughts slow down, let your heart rate slow down. With each inhale, feel your rib cage open up from side to side and feel your spine get a little bit taller. And with each exhale, imagine that you can hang on to that extra height, but your core draws in to wrap around your spine. Our thought for class today. Don't miss out on something that could be great just because it could also be hard. Don't miss out on something that could be great just because it could also be hard. There will be points in class today that are hard, but they lead up to some great things. So give yourself the opportunity to try it. Just because it might be hard doesn't mean it won't be great. One more deep breath in. One big cleansing exhale. Let your eyes flutter open. And at class today, we work on crow a little bit and different transitions and entries into crow. So it can be a little wristy. So let's get our wrists warmed up. Just send your hands right out in front of you. And just for starters, blink your hands, blink your fingertips. You'll start to feel your forearms wake up real quick. And we're going to do some controlled articular rotations today. So take one arm, pin your elbow against your side, nice and strong. Take your other arm, grab your forearm so you can feel your arm bones. The idea here is that your arm bones don't move at all. Your radius and your ulna do not move. So really, we're just working the wrist joint. So pin your thumb in next to your forefinger, point your fingertips up at the sky and down to the ground. And up and down. One more time. And up and down. Flat hand, now shift side to side.
to the right and to the left. And again, you're not using your bones in your forearm to facilitate this movement. It's all in the wrist. So now we make a circle, and this is where you'll really notice. Don't let those forearms move. Fingertips up, shift to the right, point down at the ground, shift to the left, and back up. Other direction. Switch. Switch directions again. We'll do one more circle on each side. And last one. This is just so good for your joint health, for your wrist health, all of it. Shake it out. And if you do that for a few minutes, it doesn't look like much, you'll really start to feel it. Other side, elbow pins to your side. Thumb is in towards your fingertips. Grab that forearm, starting with up and down. Later tonight or tomorrow when you're plopped down on the couch, try this. Okay, flat hand shift side to side. And when you make those wrist circles, let your arm bones get involved and you'll feel the difference between the two. Okay, ready? Arms, fingertip circles. Up to the side, down to the other side and back up. Switch directions. This mobility, when you get back to the top, switch directions. This mobility in your joints is what starts to go as you start to age. And it's great for us as we work through our wrists in yoga class. This is such a good thing to do when you're sitting on the couch watching Netflix. Not that exciting, I know, but really. All right, when you get back up to the top, shake it out. So you should probably start to feel that a little. Take one hand, pull your fingertips towards you. Back of the hand presses forward. And other way, fingertips point up. And last thing, palms facing down, fingertips in. And other side. Fingertips towards you. Switch, make that stop sign, fingertips pointing up. And flip it around, palm forward, fingertips down. And because this class is wristy, if there's opportunities to come onto your fists and stuff, I'll make sure to give you that chance. Come into your tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, right off the bat here. If you want to give your wrists a break and come onto your fists, go for it. And we'll move into our traditional cat-cow. So drop your belly, chin up, tailbone up, coming into cow. And round your spine, tuck your chin, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Now move through these on your own breath, in your own way, finding your own movement, whatever feels good. Inhaling as you expand and open. Exhaling as you contract. To a neutral tabletop. We're going to work through some shoulder protractions. I've seen this called shoulder push-ups, but that's a little bit deceiving. Your elbows do not bend here. You're going to drop your chest, wrapping those shoulder blades around your back, almost like you're moving into cow. Then you're going to press away, pulling those shoulder blades around the front of your arms, like you're moving into cat, but it's just isolating your shoulder blades. Keep your floating ribs tucked in and your chest nice and engaged. So really the only movement that you're finding here is in your shoulder blades. This is another opportunity to come onto fists if you want to save your wrists a little bit for later. And continue, you can feel your shoulder blades wrapped from the back of your back around to the front, to the sides really. Back, and they wrap around to the side. Just one or two more here. Come back into a neutral position. Pick up your right foot, step outside your right hand. You can scoot your left foot back a little bit, moving into lizard, shift forward and back. You can send those right toes all the way up to the sky or leave them planted as you shift your weight back, getting into that hip a little bit. Take your right hand to the outside of your right knee, maybe even start to open it up gently. Still early. Plant your right hand down. Come up onto your back toe. From your back, so now you're on your back toe, your right foot's planted. We're gonna move into what we call a horizon lunge, or it's a supported side lunge. So let your heel drop back to the left and heel toe your right foot back just a little bit. So your right heel is right underneath your right knee, and lift your right arm up. So like I said, we've seen this called supported side plank is often what I'll suggest it as an alternative from side plank to plant this foot. It's also called a horizon lunge, and you're gonna see it a lot today. So I wanted to introduce it here. Take a breath in and take a breath out. One more breath in and exhale. Plant your right hand, heel toe that right foot back in a little bit. Set your left knee down and swing your right foot back around. Other side, pick up your left foot, step outside your left hand. And you'll start by just moving forward and backward. Come forward, maybe your left hand helps guide that right knee, left knee open a little bit. And plant your left hand. Come up on your back toe. Let your right heel drop back to the right. Heel toe that left foot back a little bit. Ankle right underneath your knee. Lift your left arm up. Here's that horizon lunge again. You can even send your arm forward, back. Sometimes in this lunge, you'll see the option to drop your hips and lift your hips. That's not what we're doing today. We're gonna hang out right here in this firm, strong version. Take one more breath in and out. Plant your left hand, readjust that left foot a little bit, drop your back knee, send your left knee back to meet your right. So we're right back in tabletop. Take a big breath in and exhale, toes together, knees wide. Let yourself come into child's pose for just a minute here. Breath in, breath out. Pull yourself up to tabletop position one last time. Tuck your toes, send your hips wide, downward facing dog. First downward dog of the night. Take this opportunity to find a little movement. Walk your dog, feel out where you might have some tension. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On an inhale, roll yourself forward nice and slow, moving through each vertebrae, starting with your low back, mid back, upper back, letting your head be the last thing to press forward, coming into your high plank. Breath in and breath out, lower your belly all the way down to the floor. Tent your fingertips at the top corner of your mat, elbows point up at the ceiling, untuck your toes. Inhale again, roll up, letting your head be the last thing to lift, and exhale back down. Keep your fingers planted, we'll do that twice more. Inhale, roll up, and down. And one more time, roll up, and back down. Plant your hands beneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, press back through tabletop, hips come up, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Again, roll forward to your high plank nice and slow. Take a full breath in and exhale, squeeze your elbows lower all the way to your belly. This time, leave your hands where they're at. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down, and press right back, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Again, inhale, roll forward, take the whole breath. Big, long inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower down either halfway or all the way to your belly. Inhale, either come to cobra or flip your feet over, come to upward facing dog. And exhale takes you all the way back, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Decide how you're going to get there and walk tippy toe, float hop all the way up to your hands. Find a nice deep forward fold. Clasp opposite elbows, sway back and forth in this ragdoll position. Pick up your feet, step onto your palms so your toes come all the way up to your wrist crease. Send a little weight into the balls of your feet. Stepping on your hands, release your head. Shift your weight forward and backward just a little bit. Release your hands. Nice deep forward fold. Let an inhale roll you all the way up. One vertebrae at a time. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, everything floats up. Exhale, bow or swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Breathe into a halfway lift. Core is engaged, belly button is drawing towards the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up. Arms float up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale, down to forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. And breathe out, hands to heart. Adding on this time, inhale up. Exhale, bow or swan dive, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant your hands, step back to your high plank, lower down to your choice, belly or halfway chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna change things up a little bit. Listen up, big breath in. On a breath out, walk your hands back to meet your feet into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Listen up, exhale, plant your hands just about a footprint in front of your feet. You're gonna press into your hands, finding that same cat shape, really spreading those shoulder blades apart like we worked on earlier. And tiny hop as if you're gonna tap your toes on the back of your wrists and land right behind your wrists. Hands plant forward, press, find that cat shape, hop your feet to your wrists. Hands plant, press, hop your toes to your wrists. And I have room for one more, you might have room for one more or one less. And hop. These are little tiny handstand hops. It's a drill that we use practicing handstands. Find a deep forward fold. Inhale, roll up. Arms up. Hands to heart. We'll do it again just like that. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out. Plant your hands, step back or jump back to land in chaturanga. Lower down, halfway or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. On your breath out, walk your hands back, 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 back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, a good foot in front of you, and little handstand hops as if you're gonna tap your toes on your forearms before you land right behind your wrist. You take as many hops as you need to get to the top of your mat. I have room for about 3 hops. Breath in, halfway lift, and forward fold. Roll up to standing, and exhale, hands to heart. We'll do that one more time through. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant hands, step back or jump back, lower down. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breath out, walk your hands back to your toes. Breathe in, half lift. Breathe out. Plant your hands a foot in front of you. Come onto those tippy toes. Press and hop. And keep going all the way to the top of your mat. I've got one more. Find a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms float up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll stay here just to take a breath in. And a breath out. A few more breaths just to settle before we move on to our sequence today. So a few fun transitions, different transition shapes that you might not be as familiar with. And you might travel a little bit on or off your mat from side to side or front to back, but it's fine. You can handle it even if your foot's not on your mat, I promise. We're gonna start with our feet hip distance apart, right underneath our hips, moving into chair. So often chair is done with toes together. Today we're gonna keep it hip distance. So take a deep inhale, sweep your fingertips, keep your knees right parallel, your thighs are parallel with one another, your glutes are squeezing, your weight's back in your heels. You can still see your toes poking out from in front of your knees, but it's a slightly different sensation than having your knees squeezing together. Breath in and breath out. Breath in. As you breathe out, heel toe your feet apart, hands come to heart without losing that depth in your knees. Once your toes are hanging off your mat, the tiniest bit, start to squat all the way down into Malasana. Use your elbows to press your knees apart, maybe sway from side to side. This first stop in Malasana will take a little bit of extra time. Send your right fingertips out in front of you. Send your left arm up. That right bicep pressing against your thigh. Maybe your left arm comes behind you. Your right arm can even come around the front of your shin, clasping those fingertips. Breath in and out, release it. Fingertips come back to center. Other side, left arm reaches out, right arm reaches up. Left arm around. Maybe you find that bind. Inhale those arms up. Release them back to center. Plant your hands. Send your hips high. Step back to high plank. Lower down, halfway or all the way. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Continuing to square your hips toward the ground. Our tendency is to open up, stacking your right hip on top of your left. Keep them square. Pressing your right heel towards the back of the room or towards that ceiling where the wall meets the ceiling. One more breath in. Breath out. Draw your knee to your nose. Step your right foot right underneath your nose into this low lunge. Maybe tense your fingertips. Lift up your chest. Breath in, breath out. Breath in and breath out. Plant your left hand. Draw your left knee into your chest. Maybe grab the bottom of your left foot with your right hand and come to seated, kicking that left foot all the way out in front of you. Take a big breath in, reaching your right arm up. And as you exhale, twist to your left. Plant your left foot hand right behind your behind. Let your pinky side edge of your left foot come to the ground. Press into your right foot, lifting up into wild thing. Breath in and breath out. So my left foot landed off my mat, that's fine. Pick up your right foot, moving into a traditional side plank, maybe with a little tree variation. Breath in, breath out. Continue to rotate around, stepping your right foot just next to your left hand. So now we're at a low lunge facing the back of your mat. Inhale your chest up. You're in crescent pose at the back of your mat. Breath in and breath out. Drawing back on your right hip crease. growing tall. Your biceps pulling back towards your ears, breath in. As you breathe out, you're gonna windmill your arms all the way open, warrior two, back at the front of your mat. So now your left foot's forward, warrior two, front of the mat. This is a good opportunity to get recentered back on your mat if that drives you crazy. Breath in, breath out. One more breath in, breath out. Windmill your hands down around your front foot. Come up onto the ball of your back foot. Back into this low lunge, opposite foot's forward. Take a breath in, tense your fingertips, lift your chest. Exhale, plant your right hand. Heel toe your left foot out. We're moving into that horizon lunge we visited at the beginning of class. Breath in and out. Breath in, breath out. Squeeze your right glute. It'll help lift those hips. One more breath in. All right, here's that different shape. Your right hand and left foot are not going to move. All that's going to happen, your right hand and left foot are not going to move. All that's going to happen is your back foot, your right foot, it's going to squeeze into your chest under your body. Maybe tap your left elbow. And then re-extend back out to that horizon lunge. Twice more. Your right knee comes in onto your chest. And then step back. One more time. Right knee into chest. And step back, horizon lunge. Exhale, plant your left foot down. Come up onto the ball of your back foot. Back into that low lunge. Inhale, send your left leg high. Three-legged dog. And exhale, walk your hands. Keep that left leg lifted. Walk your hands all the way back to your right foot. Moving into warrior three. At the back of your mat on that right foot. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Breath in. And out. Keeping your left leg straight. Start to swing it back to the back corner of your mat. Crossing behind your standing right leg. When it lands, reach to the side, finding a side body stretch on that left side. Exhale, plant your feet next to each other, forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Here come those handstand hops. Exhale, plant your hands, hop. Continue to make your way all the way to the top of your mat. With those little handstand hops. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now we'll do the other side real slow, just like that, as we work through it. Pause here. Settle in for just a few breaths before we move on to the other side. One more breath in. One more breath out. Feet are hip distance. Everything's parallel. Thighs are parallel. Feet are parallel. Sweep your fingertips. Come into chair. Breath in. And out. Breath in. And out. One more breath in. As you breathe out, heel toe your feet. Don't lose the bend in your knees. When your toes are hanging off, your heels pointed in, come all the way down to Malasana Yogi Squat. Again, this first time through, we'll spend just an extra moment here. Sway side to side. Start by extending your right arm, left arm up. We're not going to stay quite as long, so maybe not enough time for a bind. Come back to center. Left fingertips right up. And back to center. Breath in, breath out, fingertips plant, heel toe your feet together. Step back to high plank, lower down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Continuing to draw back on that right hip crease, squaring your left hip down. Breath in. Breath out, step your left foot through your hands. Tense your fingertips, lift your chest. Breath in and breath out. Breath in and breath out. Draw your right knee into your chest. Maybe grab the bottom of your foot with your left hand as you kick that right foot all the way through. Come to seated. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, your right hand plants, fingertips facing back behind your bum. Right pinky comes to the ground. Press up, wild thing. Breath in and breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. Lift that left leg. Bring it all the way to side plank, squaring your hips to the side of the room. Continue rotating. Step your left foot next to your right hand, high on the ball of your right foot on the back. Inhale, your chest comes up, crescent, facing the back of your mat. Breath in, breath out. Last breath in. Exhale, windmill your arms all the way open. Warrior two at the front of your mat. You can readjust, right legs forward. Breath in, out. One more in. Exhale, windmill those hands down around your right foot. Come up onto the ball of your back foot. Heel toe your right foot to the side, stacking your knee right over your ankle. Come onto the pinky edge of your left foot. Here's that horizon lunge. Squeeze your left glute. Lift those hips. Breath in. Now, your front hand and foot are not going to move. You're going to take a breath in, and as you exhale, left knee comes to chest, maybe taps your right elbow, and send it back, horizon lunge. Exhale, knee to chest, and send it back. One more time, exhale, knee to chest, tap your elbow, and send it back. Breath in, breath out. Right hand plants, right foot heel toes in. Plant those two hands. Inhale your right leg high, three-legged dog. Walk your hands back to your foot. Your right leg stays lifted. Warrior three at the back of your mat. Breath in and breath out. One more breath in. As you breathe out, slowly come to standing. Keep that right leg straight. Cross it behind you so it lands at the back corner of your mat. Reach your arms up and over to the left. Side body stretch on your right side. Exhale, right foot steps next to the left. Forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. And breathe out, little baby handstand hops all the way to the top of your mat. Breathe in, halfway lift once you get to the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up. Arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Settle in here. We'll do that again with a few little changes, more quickly, moving through both sides. One more breath in here. One more breath out. Feet are planted hip distance. Inhale, come to chair. Stay for an exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, keep the squat. Heel toe your feet open to Malasana. Sink all the way down to Malasana, but lift the crown of your head. Breath in, breath out. Plant your hands, heel toe your feet together. Step back to high plank, or you can jump back to Chaturanga. Make your way through your Vinyasa, all the way to downward facing dog. I'm gonna walk my dog back onto my mat just a little bit. I think it'll serve us well through this flow. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your knee to nose, step your right foot through. Inhale, draw your left knee into your chest. Maybe you grab the bottom of your left foot. Come all the way down to seated. Right arm reaches up, big inhale. Exhale, left hand plants behind. Left pinky toe comes down to the ground. Find wild thing, breath in and breath out. Square your hips to the side of the room. Right hip stacks on top of left. Side plank. Right foot steps around next to the left hand. Inhale, crescent at the back of your mat. Exhale, warrior two, left leg forward facing the front of your mat. Breath in, breath out, windmill your hands down. Pause here for a breath in. Exhale, heel toe your left foot out. Pinky edge of your right foot landing in horizon lunge. This time, as we bring our back knee in, instead of bringing it to our chest, we're gonna tap the back of your right tricep. Breath in, breath out, knee taps tricep, and re-extend. Exhale, knee taps tricep, re-extend. One more, knee tricep, and re-extend. Exhale, plant your left hand, ball of back foot, left foot comes in. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg is high. Exhale as you walk your hands back to your standing leg. Finding warrior one, warrior three. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, slowly come to standing. Top leg stays straight, reaches back behind your standing right leg. When it lands on the ball of your foot, reach up and over to the right. Exhale, forward fold. Let your feet meet at the back of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands and hop forward. Just ever so slightly. One hop at a time. When you reach the top of your mat, breath in, half lift. Breath out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Feet are hip distance. Here we go, other side. Inhale, chair. And exhale. Breath in. And breath out, heel toe. Wider stance. Sink all the way down into Malasana. Breath in. And breath out. And in. Exhale, plant your hands, send your hips high. Heel toe your feet together. Step back to high plank, jump back to Vinyasa, or just step right back to downward facing dog. From downward dog, maybe walk your dog back just a couple steps, finding a little more space on our mat for later. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, step your left foot through. Take a breath in as you tense your fingertips and lift. Exhale, right knee comes to chest, maybe grab with your left hand, kicks all the way out in front of you. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, twist right hand, plants behind you. Press your hips high, wild thing, breath in. Lift, square your hips, left hip stacks on top of right to side plank. Left foot steps next to right hand. Crescent lunge back of your mat. Breath in. Breath out, warrior two at the front of your mat. Your right knee is bent. Breath in. Breath out, windmill your hands down. Take a breath in. Moving into your horizon lunge, heel toe your right foot out, landing on the pinky edge of your left foot. Breath in. And here we go. Back knee taps your tricep and re-extend. And back knee tricep and re-extend. And back knee tricep and re-extend. Breath in. Breath out. Plant your right hand. Heel toe that right foot back in. Ball of the back foot. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, right leg goes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, walk your hands back. Keep your right leg lifted. Warrior three. Breath in. And breath out. Start to stand up. Keep your right leg straight. Reach the ball of your foot behind you. Reaching over to the left. Breath in. And breath out. Feet plant. Find a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant. Handstand hop all the way to the top of your mat. Forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, roll all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. We'll take a few breaths here. We're going to do it one last time. all the way through. Again, just a few tiny changes. Take a quick opportunity if you need water or towel. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, sweep to chair. Stay for an exhale. Inhale. Heel toe your feet apart. This time as you come to Malasana, can you start by lifting your heels? Come all the way down to Malasana, keeping those heels lifted. It requires a lot more engagement. For some people, Malasana is relaxing, not when you lift your heels. One more breath in. And plant your hands, heel toe your feet together. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out. Plant your hands, move through your vinyasa, or just step back. We'll all come to downward facing dog. I'm gonna walk my dog back just a couple steps to the very back of my mat. Breath in and breath out. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, step through. Breath in. As you exhale, left knee comes into chest. Grab with right hand, kick out in front of you. Inhale, right leg high, right arm high. Exhale, twist, left hand plants behind. Press into your right foot, wild thing. Breathe in and breathe out, right hip over left, side plank. Step your right foot next to your left hand. Inhale, crescent lunge at the back of your mat. Breath in, breath out, warrior two, front of your mat, left knee forward. Breath in, breath out, windmill your hands down, plant them around your left foot. Come to the pinky edge of your back foot. Heel toe your left foot out a little bit. Here we go, breath in. Same thing, tap the armpit, if you can, of your right arm. Take a breath in, and right knee, can you tap your armpit? And re-extend to horizon lunge. Exhale, tap your armpit. Re-extend, horizon lunge. One more time, knee to your armpit, and horizon lunge. Left hand plants down, heel toe your foot in. All of your back foot, breath in, breath out. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg high. Exhale, walk your hands back to your standing leg. Chest lifts, warrior three. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, lift your chest up. Swing that leg behind you. Ball of foot lands at the back corner of your mat. Arms reach over to the right. Breath in, breath out. Left foot steps next to right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Little bitty handstand hops. Once you arrive at the top of your mat, breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Last side, here we go. Inhale, chair. Stay for an exhale. Inhale. Exhale, heel to your feet. Out to the edges of your mat. Come onto the balls of your feet. Lower all the way down. Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. Plant your hands, heel toe your feet in. Move through your vinyasa or just press right back to down dog. We'll meet there. Walk down dog to the back of your mat. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, step through. Take a breath in. Breath out, draw your knee to your chest. Left foot grabs right hand, left hand grabs right foot, kick it through. Inhale your left arm up. Twist as you exhale, right hand plants behind you. Lift your hips, wild thing. Breath in, breath out, left hip stacks over right. Swing your left foot all the way around next to your right hand. Inhale, crescent lunge at the back of your mat. One more breath in, breath out, warrior two, front of your mat, right foot's bent. Breath in, exhale, windmill your hands down around that front foot, come up onto the ball of your back foot. Heel toe your right foot out to the side, land on the pinky edge of your back foot. into this horizon lunge. Breath in, breath out, left knee, armpit, and re-extend. Twice more, left knee, armpit, re-extend. Last one, left knee, armpit, re-extend. Plant your right hand, walk that right foot back in, breath in, and breath out. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg up. Exhale, walk your hands all the way back to that standing leg. Come to warrior three. Inhale as you start to stand. Right leg crosses behind your left. Land on the ball of your foot. Reach your right arms overhead. And exhale, right foot steps next to left. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, here come these handstand hops. The last time. Make them your best ones. As if you're floating. Get a little bit of hang time. Right as your toes come off the ground. Find a forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Listen up. Plant your hands. Step back to your high plank. From high plank, plant your forearms onto the ground in an equal sign. So your fists are lined up with your elbows. You've got an equal sign underneath your face. You're gonna drop your heels to the right, shift your weight into your right forearm, lift your left arm up, and back to equal sign. Same side. Heels drop to the right, left arm reaches up. And back to center. 3 more times. Heels to the right, left arm up, back to equal sign. Heels to the right, left arm up, back to equal sign. Do we have 1 more or 2 more? I think it's 1. Heels to the right, left arm up, back to equal sign. Stay here, other side. Breath in and breath out. Heels to the left, right arm up, and equal. Heels to the left, right arm up, equal sign. Heels to the left, right arm up, and back to equal. Twice more, right? Heels to the left, right arm up, back to center. Last time. Heels to the left, right arm up, and back to center. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, and drop your knees down to the mat. You can come into child's pose or flat on your belly, whatever feels restful. We'll stay here for several moments to give ourselves the opportunity to rest. You give yourself whatever it is that you need, whatever feels restful. If you're not already in a seated position, press yourself up to a seated position, just cross-legged or soles of feet together, just like we started class. Giving your body a little bit of a chance to wake up, but maybe keep your eyes closed. Still maintaining a little bit of rest and calm. Noticing if there's anything that's making you feel agitated or uncomfortable. Giving yourself what you need to get past that, even if it's just a deep breath, and permission to let it go for a few more minutes. One more breath in. Big cleansing exhale. Shift yourself around. Come to your hands and knees. We'll do one more round of cat-cow just to wake things up. So moving into cow, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift the crown of your head, lift your chin, lift your gaze, and exhale, cat. Tuck everything under, really press the earth away. Draw your chin into your throat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more, inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Now, as we move through this last portion of class, all of our horizon lunges and little crunches and knees to chest in that horizon lunge will make a lot more sense. You'll see here we're going to work on flowing into crow. So generally when we move into crow, we plant our hands, we come up onto our toes, we press our knees behind our armpits, and we start to lift our toes, and we move into crow that way. Instead, we're going to move into more fluid motion, flowing our way from one position, from horizon lunge into crow. Now, as we do this, if this sounds impossible and you're like, there's no way, I want you to be aware that crow with your toes on the ground still counts. If you ask me, toes on the ground in crow, this is perfectly acceptable. So even if this is your limit for today, to make it into this position where you're starting to shift your weight into your hands, but your toes remain on the ground, then that's always an option. And again, you'll notice we start to shift our weight into our hands into crow, just like we practice with those handstand hops. So all these pieces are coming together. Tuck your toes here, come into downward facing dog. Before we get into that flow into crow, you'll notice we didn't do a lot of twisting in class today. So we'll remedy that. Then we're moving into that flow into crow. So lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Draw your knee to your nose, step your right foot through. Lift up, come into crescent. We've been here before, but take a minute just to take a breath in and a breath out. Last breath in. Exhale, right fingertips drop behind you, left fingertips drop in front of you, scissoring your legs together, twisting into this position. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, your right fingertips drop towards your back leg, left fingertips drop toward the sky, reverse twisted crow. Breath in. As you breathe out, your left elbow hooks your right knee, hands come to prayer. Press those hands together, opening your chest. The idea here is to stack your right shoulder over your left, coming into this prayer twist. Breath in and breath out. Plant your hands. Here we go, moving into this flow into crow concept. So heel toe your right foot out to the side, coming onto the pinky edge of your left foot. We've been here before, horizon lunge. We've been here a whole bunch. So you take a breath in. As you breathe out, your right hand plants next to your left. That back foot comes in, back to that armpit. The left knee rotates around and stacks right on the back of that arm, moving into crow. And re-extend. We'll try this a couple times. So you'll take a breath in, breath out. Right hand plants, back knee comes in, front knee plants into crow. Drop your right foot, left foot reaches out. We'll do it one more time, nice and slow. So you're here in your horizon lunge. Your right hand plants next to your left. Press off, bring your back knee into your armpit. Rotate your right knee onto your arm into crow. Right foot plants, left leg back, horizon lunge. Breath in and breath out. Rotate around to that lunge. Step your left foot next to your right. Shake it out. And roll all the way up to standing. And hands to heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Without thinking too hard, come back to your hands and knees, and we'll try it on the other side. Tuck your toes, come to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, step your left foot through. Arms reach up into crescent. Breath in and breath out. Left arm reaches back, right arm reaches forward, crescent twist. Inhale, left fingers back, right fingers up, reverse your crescent twist. Breath in, breath out, right elbow, hooks left knee, hands plant, prayer twist. Breath in and breath out. Plant your hands around that left foot. Drop your right heel back. Heel toe that left foot out. So your knee is stacked right over your ankle. So here's where we start. Take a breath in. Squeeze your right cheek. Your hips will come right up. Plant your left hand. Your back knee comes into that crow position. And your front knee follows. Drop your left foot. Step it out. Plant your left hand. Right knee comes to the back of your arm. Front knee follows. And step it back out. Horizon lunge. And one more time. Left hand plants. Back knee comes in, plants into crow. And your front knee rotates around and follows. And step right back. Horizon lunge. And bring both hands back to the mat. This time, just drop to your knees. Come right down into child's pose. Start to lift yourself up. Come all the way down onto your back. Move through the last few postures of class. So come onto your back, plant your feet right next to your bum so that your fingertips can reach or almost reach your heels. We're going to start with a bridge. So you'll take a breath in and you'll notice you have this natural gap at your low back where your spine lifts away from the earth. You should be able to slide your hand underneath your low back. As we move into bridge, the first thing is to rotate your pelvis, rock your pelvis forward, so that gap at your low back is now closed. This is that hollow body position. And moving into bridge, that's the first thing we do. So find your hollow body shape, close that gap, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips, coming into bridge. You can stay just like this, or clasp your hands, roll your shoulder blades under, using your arms to brace and lift. Squeeze your glutes. You have to activate that back body to lift, lift, lift. Breath in and breath out. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes, squeezing your glutes, release your hands. Gently roll down, maintaining that contact with the floor. So you're in that hollow body shape. At the last possible second, when you're completely done, you relax and your lower back slowly peels off the floor. Take a breath in, breath out, windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Now we're going to move into a variation of a crunch that I tried earlier this week. So you reach your arms overhead, reach your toes overhead. And this, or reach your toes opposite direction. So you're stretched long and wide like a good morning stretch. You're gonna do what we call a sprinter crunch. So you lift up and your opposite knee, opposite elbow, but it's not a twist. This isn't like a bicycle where you twist. It's called a sprinter crunch because it literally looks like a sprinter midair. So extend and then lift up right knee, right elbow, left knee, and back down. Switch sides. Inhale as you open, exhale as you contract. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Open everything up. Draw your hands next to your body. Plant your feet. Again, maybe you want to windshield wiper. Resist the urge to pull your knees into your chest. It's just your body recognizing that weak spot. Draw your feet towards your bum. Reach your fingertips towards your heels. Moving into bridge again. This time with an option that you can try or not. Rock your pelvis forward. Close that space at your low back. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your hips. Maybe you rotate those shoulder blades under, finding your bridge. You can stay right here, or you can try bridge marches. In a bridge march, you pick up your right foot like you're marching. Set it back down. Left foot. Set it back down, squeezing your glutes the whole time. So the goal here is to not let your hips sink when one foot lifts off the ground. And if you're marching, take about 4 more steps, 4 more marches, 3 more, 2 more. Last one. Feet down, press your hips high. Release those arms, come onto your tippy toes, lower down, looking for that connection at your low back, looking for that hollow body shape. The last second, release. Let your back slide up into its natural S curve. Let those knees slide side to side, windshield wiper them. All right, we're gonna do some jackknives, but on our elbows. So a lot of times when I do jackknives in a gym class, you'll press into your hand and lift all the way up. Today, we're only gonna press so far as our elbow. So it's working a different portion, a lower version of our belly. So press into your elbow, right hand taps left toes. I'm on my left elbow, lower down. Press to your right elbow, left hand, right foot, and lower down. Opposite elbow, opposite foot. And we'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Come all the way down onto your back. Draw your feet in towards your bum. Windshield wiper just once or twice. Plant your feet next to your bum. Take a breath in. Last opportunity, you can do a bridge or move into full wheel. If you want to do full wheel, plant your hands next to your ears and press your hips, still engaging those glutes. Otherwise, rock those hips forward, close that gap. Press, lifting your hips. Clasp your hands behind your back. Roll your shoulders under. You can choose to make this restorative. If you have a block to place under your hips, or you can add those marches, or you can just stay here in bridge. Just a few more breaths. One more breath in. Squeeze your glutes. Release those hands. Come onto your tippy toes. Lower all the way down. Close your pelvis against the ground. Windshield wiper your knees. Sit yourself all the way up. And we'll come into one last little bit of a twist before we finish. Come onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Come to downward facing dog. Step your right foot outside of your right hand. Drop your back knee and let your right knee fall open into lizard. You can stay right here, or you can come down onto your forearms. You can have forearms on blocks or all the way down to the ground. We'll stay here for several breaths. Crow requires open hips, so we got into a bit of that today. If you want to, you can take your right hand to the outside of that right knee, inside of that right knee, pressing it out, or even reach your right hand back Bend your left leg, draw it in. Adding a little bit of a twist and a quad stretch. Release that, plant your right hand. Come back onto both hands, tuck your back toe, lifting up, and step right back downward facing dog. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. Drop your back knee down. You can stay up on your hands or come onto your forearms. Let your knee fall open. Or take it a step further. Press your left knee open with your left hand. Or a step further, catch your right foot with your left hand. Breath in. Release that as you exhale. Plant both hands underneath your body. Bring that left knee back up to center. Tuck your back toe. Step back downward facing dog. And gently walk your feet forward. Come back down all the way onto your back. Draw your knees into your chest. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, let your knees fall over to the left. Your right arm reaches out, gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, draw your knees back into your chest. And exhale, let them fall over to the opposite side. Gazing over your left side. Draw your knees into your chest one last time. Find happy baby. Your knees drawing down towards the floor alongside your rib cage. You can straighten one leg, straighten the other. Take one more breath in. Hug your shins. And set up for Shavasana. Let your toes fall away. Tuck your shoulder blades under so your arms rotate externally, your palms away from your body. And enjoy these last few minutes of Shavasana. You have no responsibilities and nowhere to be, just for the next few minutes. Start to wake up your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. Gently press yourself up to seated. Keeping your eyes closed. Once you arrive in seated, take a quick moment to scan your body and check in, see if there's any areas of tension still left. See how things feel. If our thought resonated with you, I invite you to carry it with you through your week. Don't miss out on something that could be great just because it could also be hard. Draw your hands to heart center, pressing your thumbs into your heart. Take one more deep breath in together. Cleansing exhale. The light in me honors and sees the light in each of you. Thank you for being here. Namaste.